Omar Villafranca is along the Gulf Coast south of Tallahassee in Panacea, Florida. Omar, clearly we can see that there's some damage that took place there. Take us through the latest.
Along the path that we were driving here through Panacea, some of the coastal roads, you're seeing a lot of this. You're looking at 40 to 50-foot trees that were down, knocked over, blocking roads. And of course, these trees some of them are near power lines, so you'll get large swaths that are without any sort of electricity, where they were completely dark. Now that the sun's starting to come up, people are of course going to wake up and realize they don't have any power. Large swaths of people, of course, not going to have power here. The other main concern is going to be the storm surge that came through. Up here it has gone down, but farther along the coastline towards the Tampa area, they're seeing swells as much as 12 feet. Whole communities really being swallowed up. They're hoping that as quick as the storm came out, they're hoping that that water drains away.
So in terms of storms, how did this really compare to maybe other hurricanes? It's the first one in more than 10 years to hit the Florida coast.
It was a Category 1, so just on the sheer scale of it, it's not going to be powerful. It was big. It was a big rainmaker, and of course, if you got any water in your house, of course, it's the worst thing that happened. So it depends. But people were really paying attention to it. Governor Rick Scott made sure to tell everybody before this became a hurricane, when it was still just a tropical storm, pay attention to it. Have a plan. Have an evacuation plan. And matter of fact, there are National Guardsmen on standby. We understand that could be launched later on this morning to areas that do need help. But interestingly enough, we talked to counties on the way over here, and a lot of the county entities were pretty diligent about clearing roads in the morning. If there were down power lines overnight, they were making sure that the power was turned off and those were cleared off the road, so people who are waking up in certain areas will have a clear path to work. But a lot of people today, schools are canceled today for a lot of people in the area. It's kind of going to be a cleanup day in this part of the Panhandle, and farther south towards Tampa, it's going to be they're going to need a few more days to clean up.
You know, they always say prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. It seems like people there and officials there prepared for the worst, and now it seems like, you know, as they move on to cleaning up, things are going to be okay.
It looks like it's going to be okay. Now that the sun's coming up, we actually saw a sheriff deputy who was driving around this area and checking on some of the low-lying homes and some of the residents that they knew had ridden the storm out to see if they were okay. Now that the sun comes up, they're going to go also check on people door to door to make sure that they're okay, whether they be older and they might need electricity for some of their medical equipment or some of their medicines. They're going to make sure everybody is okay. But the Tampa area, where there's a lot of flooding, that's going to take a lot longer to clean up and deal with.
Right, of course. Omar Villafranca, thank you so much.
Thanks, Anne Marie.